it's just so hard to express how much we miss Josh. I mean, he was the the best kind of colleague to have. He was kind, considerate, worked with everybody across the entire university well, and just I miss him immensely.
He was a very inspiring professor. He cared about the well-being of his fellow staff, his students, his loved ones, and he taught me many great things about journalism especially. So I just wanted to say that Dr. Comer will never be forgotten by his loved ones, by his students, by his fellow staff, and he will always remain in our hearts and minds. Thank you.
He was such a good person. He was such a good teacher. He really took the time to get to know his students and genuinely help them, get them internships, get them anything that they needed. So I will always remember Dr. Comer as that, and I will always remember him as one of the best mentors I ever had.
I had the chance to see how committed he was to his job. I had a chance to see how much he was respected by his students, by the other faculty, and getting a chance to see that is something that I will always take with me. I'm always going to look at Josh and I'm going to think, that's the kind of professor that I hope I can be someday. So I just wanted to say, Josh, thank you for everything that you've done for me wherever you are. And you'll always be in my thoughts. You'll always be in my prayers.
He taught me that there's a lot of obstacles to come with college because I came in and I was very frazzled. I was a nursing major and didn't like it at all, and I was like, I need your help. I don't know what I'm doing. And he was like, okay, well, let's start with journalism. And we did that for a while, and I was like, this isn't for me either. So then we started with PR, and I ended up loving it. And he was like, you can do this and this. He was like, you're going to be able to get a job. He's like, everything's going to be fine, because he could tell that I was a very nervous person. And he always assured me that everything's going to be okay.
He was such an influential person in my life, in my education, for my career. He, I guess, alongside with Dr. Mapp, really shaped me into who I am today.
He was a joy to be around, outgoing, smart and witty and kind. And my heart goes out to you and to his family and his friends and loved ones.
In the last year, he was one of my biggest critics. But at the same time, he was also one of my biggest supporters. And for that, I will always be grateful for him. And he is surely missed.
I would say that Dr. Comer was quite the character. Like I mentioned, his dad jokes, his weird ways of PowerPoint lectures, and his different types of lectures that he did, and the way he taught his students, was just very powerful, and that's something that I will take with me forever.
You were my supervisor, and we were more than that, you being my friend, and you've been supportive, funny and professional and kind and so understanding. What else can I ask for my colleague and friend? You've shown me what a colleague and friend can be looking like, and we miss you. And I wish you a peaceful rest, and I will never forget you and everything you've passed to me and you embodied. Thank you, Josh.
Joshua was my friend. He was funny, he was intelligent, had a sharp wit, but at the same time was gentle and kind and good. He was a pleasure to be around, just a joy to have around. In everything he did, he exhibited a thoughtfulness and a thoroughness. He set an example to the other faculty how we can pour into students' lives and to grow people. I'm thankful for that example. I know we'll all miss him. I know we do miss him, but at the same time, we are comforted. I'm comforted by the happy memories and the lessons learned from Joshua, and I'm thankful to have known him.
Being from a small town, one of your biggest fears is going back to said small town because you're stuck. And he always encouraged me and showed me that I wasn't stuck and that I was one of those people who would be capable of a lot in my life. and I'm very thankful for the way he poured into me as a student at ULM. I'm reminded of this quote, and it goes, "I know now that we never get over great losses. We absorb them and they carve us into different, often kinder creatures." And I can honestly say that because I know Dr. Comer, I'm a kinder person, and I hope anyone who encountered him, his gentleness, his kindness, and his spirit can say the same.
He was dedicated to us as students, and you could tell in the way that he wanted to make an impact on our lives, and he definitely did so in mine. And I won't ever forget Dr. Comer.
I think if you walked into a room and you found Josh there, he's the kind of person who would not demand center stage, but before long he would be the center stage. He had a great personality. He laughed really well, and he was friendly to everybody. But he didn't have to be the center of attention. But because of his personality, pretty quickly everybody kind of wanted to be talking to Josh. And so his smile was infectious, and I just think his whole personality was wonderful.